Hey, it's Erika and welcome to my video for my top 20 music videos, K-pop music videos of 2024. I know a little bit more about what I'm talking about for this one rather than the last one, which was songs, because I do work in film and television production, so I have quite a little bit of knowledge this time around. But there were so many amazing music videos that were released this year, so many incredible projects, and a shout out to like everyone, whoever worked on them at whatever step of the process. I know truly how hard they all work, and they deserve to be for sure recognized. But yeah, so I think that's all that. As always, I do have 10 honorable mentions. I only do a top 20 list, but these are 10 incredible productions of music videos that I think should be acknowledged. So here's my 10 honorable mentions.
I'm just like you, we go up and down on this roller coaster. Push away when we getting closer. La 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 la. Good vibe 잊지 않고 가 절대. Good life 우리는 세계로. Keep it up, yeah. It's the pleasure show. 지금 네 꿈에서 깨어난데도 지금 네 꿈에서 깨어난 시계바늘을 돌려 어젯밤 꿈속을 비로소 날 완전하게 해 우리 마지막 축제 친구야 우리 따뜻했던 마음 기억해줘 다시 만날 땐 여기 끝이 아닌 시작에서
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message.
Alright, those are my 10 honorable mentions, and let's get down to it. Number 20 is Red Velvet's Cosmic.
Just can't say goodnight. I can never say goodnight, 'cause your love is cosmic.
I mean, the music video is such like a cool vibe off the bat. You already kind of, you immediately know it's just definitely like a midsummer vibe. And obviously, I mean, we know Red Velvet back at it again with the sacrifices. But it's kind of just like very well told, even the narrative of it, of them finding the girl, kind of like bringing her into it, and then the eventual sacrifice of it all. It's just like such a cool aesthetic, and it's such like a Red Velvet one. In terms of just like using that as a concept base, kind of, you know, what like the movie was about, and kind of where we've seen a lot of Red Velvet concepts go in the past. So I think it was a very, very perfect concept for Red Velvet. They really pulled it off extremely well. Editing was dope. Set deck was cool. So it was all great. Number 19 is Young Posse's Ate That. It made me a surprise because it's technically bad CGI, but that's the charm of it, and the charm of their style of videos is that it's kind of so, it's not like it's so bad it's good. Well, maybe that is it there, but the charm is for sure there, and it's for sure there with me. I love the humor that they have in their music videos, and I think their GTA concept for this video was absolute perfection, because I mean, GTA is one of my favorite video games, and then the concept just works so well with their like West Coast sound, meaning like the, I would guess it'd be Los Santos area from the game. And I think the story is so good. They're on like a little heist mission running from the cops because they ate the donuts and stuff like that, and they're hunting for donuts. So it's just like a really fun concept that works so well with just like GTA, because all that your heist missions, you know. So the concept just worked so well, and it was so clever for them to do it. It fits with their sound, and it really fits with their food concept. Number 18 is Boys Next Door, Earth, Wind and Fire. This was a Regent film production. If you don't know that name, they are one of the biggest production companies when it comes to K-pop, and they have some of the best in the game, like the best of the best, and they've been kind of number one on my list many years in a row, and their videos always end up on this list. But I really love the sort of aesthetic here. The set design was really, really cool. There's always great edits and great CGI, and I really love the sets, like the whole kind of much more kind of sets or what I was like for sure in love with this one, but I thought they were so cool and so unique because it's so different than a lot of Boys Next Door music videos that are so kind of very much more grounded and will be them running around in just like the streets. So to get something with like a much more kind of built set with that type of the production that they had, I thought was just like a really cool, and definitely like, I don't know, it hit harder the way the video was done, because again, they don't always have like this type of style for their videos. Number 17 is Alex, Cherish My Love. This was such a cute music video. DigiPet, this is a DigiPet production, so they worked on this one and they really killed it. It's kind of a weird concept. If you don't know, well, like when I explain it, it'll make sense, because it's like teeth and the dentist, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just like weird, but it makes so much sense because their club name is Sarangni, is the name of like the club that they're in the video, and Sarangni is like the word for wisdom tooth in Korean, and it directly translates to love tooth, because when your wisdom teeth first come in, it's supposed to be around the time you start kind of having crushes on people. So it's kind of just like very clever and such like a cute concept in that way, of kind of using that wordplay and taking it with just like the concept and it working so well for being just like a crush, but then also kind of this like wisdom tooth, your teeth are hurting type of concept. It was just beyond clever, and I really loved it. Number 16 is Dio's Popcorn. this wouldn't be on most people's list, but it's for sure on mine. Dio was like my first bias in all of K-pop. I heard his voice and I saw his face and I'm like, I have to know everything about this man. Like, he's so responsible for literally me doing this right now. Like literally responsible for me in K-pop, Korean dramas, Korean movies, because he's an actor as well, and I just had to invest fully in everything that he is in. And I really like this video and the song because it's a bit more of like his more silly side that you don't always get to really see with him, but it was definitely just like such a joy to get that side of him in like in a music video production. I mean, XML is probably know he has a side to him, but I really loved, I don't know, it just hits so different in like a music video, and I love how silly it is and all the popcorn in the video just like everywhere, the bed sheet, and literally, I don't know, there's just popcorn everywhere and it's so fun, and it's just, I don't know, it's silly, it's fun, it's just like something that's just like a good time, you know what I mean? Number 15 is 82 Major's Stuck.
You better run. Going down low, I swear. When I go outside, 지나가는 사람마다
They are secret agents hunting down bald people. Need I say more? That concept is both genius and hilarious, and they pull it off so well. This is a Mother production. If you don't know Mother, another great company that does incredible music video work. They also end up on this list a lot. But I think the vibe of it is so cool. It's kind of like almost like an 80s and 90s stylish vibes with just like the colors, and then kind of like, I don't know, there's like a little like a film grain there. I don't know if it's like legit, but it definitely adds to just sort of like the vibe of making it feel old school. And even when it's just like the set design and everything, you're just like, this feels a little dated, but it's supposed to, and it was very, very clever. It's shot so well. There's really great camera work for so much of it. I love the whole narrative of where we get to see them sort of getting trained, and then they're sort of getting ready, and then them sort of just like taking on their mission of, you know, hunting down the bald people. It's so serious and it's so good. Number 14 is RM's Lost.
for your goddamn girls. I never felt so far before. I hit the cloud. Hold up. Damn, now thank you, don't worry.
We get a little look into Namjoon's brain with the Lost show here, and it's like such a big production. It feels so big. There's so many different types of sets and just so much that's going on with just the whole video that I'm like, this has some money thrown at her, and it's just really cool to see that kind of production for like a little solo work for like RM and stuff. I'm like, I kind of feels a little bit more high quality than some of like the more recent BTS videos. If I'm gonna be honest, you know what I mean? I like seeing where that money is spent, you know? And I've been in ARMY for just about a decade now, and I think it's pretty safe to say that it's a little look inside his brain. He's kind of trapped in this maze of sorts, but it's also kind of like this endless maze at the same time. Like there's a lot of eternity, it feels like, in a lot of the shots, and empty space. That kind of just gave off that vibe, like the voids or like the endless hallways, but in a way he can't seem to find his way out quite by himself. And I'm like, it kind of feels like a lot like life, because you know, there's technically all these endless possibilities that somebody can do with their lives, or just anything. Like, what do you want to eat? I don't know, I'm indecisive because there's so many options, you know, that you just don't know what to do at the same time. And I also kind of like think it's a lot of times a better comparison might be like when you're looking for something to watch on Netflix and then you just can't find anything to watch, and you end up kind of just like doom scrolling because there's so much that you've already seen that you don't mind rewatching. Then there's so much you have to watch, and then there's so much that you want to watch but you don't feel like watching it right now, so you're just like, I'll watch it later, and then you never end up watching it, and you just are doom scrolling for like an hour and a half, and in that time you could have watched a movie, but instead you were doom scrolling through Netflix's entire catalog without even watching anything. That's sort of what the I don't know, the music video kind of is portraying to me, and that sort of analogy or metaphor for life and opportunities and just life in general. All I know is RM gets me, and I get RM, and that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with BTS, because they just understand me and life on just such like a deeper level that just I've always felt that connection with them. So I see you, RM. I support. I feel you. Number 13 is Lisa's new woman featuring Rosalia. From like a technical standpoint, this is an impeccable music video. It's much more of like a style that you see in like America or the West versus like I guess how you normally see K-pop videos structured, and they did such a fantastic job with it. It's kind of just like, I can definitely tell because I mean just watching exclusively kind of like K-pop stuff, you kind of know that style, and then so when there's something different, you kind of, I don't know, you just know the difference, you know what I mean? But they did, it's like definitely just like the top tier, the best that you can get in terms of just like from a director that has time to make a music video. They can really pull off incredible productions like this that are just so stunning and so cool. And I mean, every frame is sort of dripping in style, every shot, every edit, just literally everything. Number 12 is 82 Major's Choke.
Jump back again and shoot the stars. Gonna make you choke, 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 ay, choke, choke. 이건 우리가 이길 choke, 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 choke. I'm gonna make you top, 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 top. 이건 우리가 이길 choke, 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 choke.
I know they're on here again, but this was also made by Mother as well, who did Stuck. And I was obsessed with this one, like way too obsessed. I mentioned in my song list when Choke was also on there. I was watching nothing, there was a good like 2 or 3 months where I was watching this music video every single day. I literally could not get enough. You could probably take my view count and make it like get a number for how many times I've viewed the video, and then also contribute that to the view counts, like, which is crazy. But I really loved it. I love their sort of 90s first gen boy group style. They have like the baggy suit look, the way the hair is, it's very much of that era, and the styling as well. Then they also have like this basketball concept, and I don't know, that just feels also so like 90s to me, and like first gen, even though like sport concepts are like so consistent within like K-pop. I don't know, I just kind of had that vibe that was like old school as well. It was so 90s, and it's not like it's the biggest or most expensive looking production, but they really elevated it so much with like the editing and then adding all like the effects and stuff. It just really makes the production seem a lot higher than it probably was, so it's props to Mother team for kind of elevating it in such a way. Number 11 is NCT 127's Walk.
걸음거리고 장난버린 듯이 walk Don't care about a thing 난 내 기분대로 walk 걸음거리고 장난 듯이
I love this concept so much. They had to get that new fire shoe drop. I don't see like the Jordans, but I mean there's other shoe brands that I don't really know that are expensive and very exclusive that everybody is always waiting in line for and selling online and all the other stuff. But it's very interesting because like you watch it and there's like a film grain to the video, but it's done in kind of like such like a natural way. I wonder if they shot it on film. It sounds crazy to shoot a music video on film. There's a lot of film and television that is still shot on film that just looks gorgeous, but they kind of like had this like really cool thing to it, which made it have like this old school vibe, and even with just like the colors that they were doing, really gave it kind of like a 90s concept there. But NCT 127 is such like a hot fire group. Their feet are on fire, and then they cool them off by walking on water. That's some GOAT status type shit. You know what I mean? But I mean, it says 127. They're kind of like, you know, at that level where they can talk about like, hey, this is what we do, and they have the receipts for it. Number 10 is Chungha's I'm Ready. This was a performance video first and foremost, but it's probably one of the best performance videos I have seen. I think the choreography really does carry the video heavily because it's so insane. It's definitely one of my favorite choreographies ever of all time. But you can have the best choreography, but if it's not shot well, if it's not edited well, it's gonna really take down that vibe. But they did such a good job with the video. I mean, they're essentially just like in a white infinity room, and then sometimes there's these other sets that they cut to, but essentially that's it. And I'm like, that's all you need. I always say that's all you need. It's just like a white infinity room and really good lighting, and that's what they have here. I do kind of like, they have like the greenish desaturated color to it. I kind of like it. Like, it's just, I don't know, I like it. It's definitely a look, and it's definitely a moment. But I mean, just being able to create the moments with the camera to just like highlight them even more, make them just moments in general throughout editing, and the camera work is just like so cool and so important. And I mean, the stylized shots are just like so cool, and then you can definitely see how they elevated them in post with just like the lightning or just like different effects that they added to just overall really elevate the performance video itself, and it really just kind of shows the power of just editing in that way. Number 9 is New Jeans Supernatural. I would include like both parts in this one because we know New Jeans likes to do their videos in parts, and if it's a New Jeans video, it's gonna be pretty much up there in terms of the production. I mean, this looks like it's straight from the 90s, like straight from it. Like, there's just something about it to where the way that they shot it, but like the way that they build the sets, the way that they did like the dissolves and everything that are just like straight from the 90s, like definitely not something that seems very like modern. I mean, it's very HD, so it seems very modern, but like there's so much about just like the sets and how you can tell it's like a painted wall behind them, and the way there's sets popping out, the way certain parts of the sets move, that I'm just like, this looks straight from the 90s. It's insane. And just like going that far and putting that much effort into like the camera work and the editing and the set design was just like so cool, because I feel like a lot of times you can have very much looks and aesthetics kind of inspired from that era, but I've never seen it done this well before. Number 8 is J Park's Give Me a Minute featuring Chungha. J Park has never done a video to this scale, but I'm so happy he did. It came out so well. He went all out. I lost how many sets there were. Like, I wasn't counting, girl, but I lost count because there was just like so many different, unique, really, really cool stylized sets. The production was so crazy. I also love how during Chungha's part, it's all about her. She's the one that you're seeing, and then even there at the end when they are dancing together, they lit her. Like, more than everybody else, you can kind of see her because she's behind Jay, right? But like they gave her a little extra light, and I love that because it's like, we got Miss Chungha here, and we're gonna let you know she's here type thing, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know another artist that would do that for another artist. I know she's under his label, so that's a little bit kind of why. But for like your feature to kind of give them a little bit more of just like light and a little bit more like, I don't know, because I mean, your eye kind of just goes straight to Chungha when you see the light on her. So shout out for that, for really just giving Chungha her moment. And I don't know, Day Part looks good too. But it was for sure like his biggest video to date, and it's so, I don't know, I really loved it. Number 7 is aespa's Armageddon. I mean, the aesthetic for this one is just so sick. They're like Ninja Turtles, but with like cool alien powers. Because I don't know, it kind of gives me like a super vibe, some of the sets. But the scale of their sets are so insane. You see the behind the scenes and I'm like, this is for a music video? Like, they don't do that for love. They don't do that like in America anymore. Not like that. Like maybe for certain special people, but I mean, it's crazy. And I really love the vibe, the aesthetic that they are with these like alien goddess shots and everything like that is just like so sick. It's so cool. And I didn't know what highlighter they were using. What was that? Because I'm gonna need that. I don't even know if I can afford it. And I think the editing was just like so dope throughout, and I will forever, this shot of Ning is for sure burned into my brain. It is everything to me. It's just the timing of the edit and the cut is just like so well done, and it's just it's like so simple, but it's heavenly. Number 6 is IVE's Heya. Chew and swallow, get ready for it, baby. Listen when I say I'm so in love with this concept. It's so pretty. They're like Korean Polly Pockets, you know what I mean? And it's like, it has a traditional Korean kind of like style and like hanboks and everything like that, but they're like little Polly Pockets, because that's how way back in the day, before my time, Polly Pockets used to come in like a little pocket case, you know, that you could like carry with you. And so like when you see it in the beginning, at the end of the video, the like compact's opening up, and then they're sort of like in this world with IVE, and it was just like so cool. Just like overall, I mean, the style of it is so cool. The pastel colors, the set design, their outfits, everything was just like so well done. Their editing, it's another Regen production, not surprised here, and Regen just does what they do, and they do it extremely well. Number 5 is Triple S's Girls Never Die. This was their OT24 debut / Triple S comeback, and it was kind of very worrying to know how are they going to show all 24 members in like a video like that, like girl, like we'd never seen that before, but they killed it. I love their sort of like darker gothic aesthetic. I mean, it's my thing. It's my thing, girl. Did I love Nosferatu? Yes, I did. But I love how the video kind of shows all the girls with like either their like own struggles or their struggles just like in a group, and you know, throughout the video they kind of come together and essentially pull each other or themselves out of their respective struggles and situations, which very much does fit the concept of the track Girls Never Die. And I mean, the shots of them dancing are so sick when they're dancing like in the grave, because I mean, they look up out of the grave and then they have the shots of the girls looking down into the grave, and then, you know, the whole bird flying off and just like everything like that. It's kind of very dark, but it's very cool. I think it's such like a well done video for such a very important comeback to me. Number 4 is DPRE and Save. always will love me a DPRE production, that is for sure. And I think this is the coolest one yet from his solo work. I mean, the CGI is so amazing that he does himself, that comes from his brain, and the worlds he creates are just like so next level. Like Marvel don't even got that type of creativity. So kind of the lore for this one is that Ian said this himself, that the hybrid is described to be an ancient god, an uninvited one who is the ruler of the other side. The hybrid is stuck in the void in the other side. The only way to enter the void is with a special key. In the music video, we see Ian influenced by hybrid. That's why his eyes are blue. It's the color for hybrid, but also red and green are hybrid as well. There are 8 moons in the world, each of them with a different phase. There are also 8 doors that need to be unlocked with 8 different keys. Stay with me. Each moon phase requires a task. We might be in Final Fantasy, I don't know. The one shown in the same video is Ian, the task being used as a vessel to seal the sword for hybrid, so hybrid can get out of the void and into the other side. But the hybrid is manipulating Ian into sort of following him blindly, and this is how kind of Ian is able to, or he, like how Mr. Insanity gets, how Ian turns into Mr. Insanity. And then Mido's also here because he is the guardian of the other side. And he kind of sees what Hybrid's trying to do with Ian. But Mido also knows Hybrid because Mido was the first successor of that. And the rest will be explained in future videos, so that's all we got for now. But I mean, just kind of like going to that level of lore and in-depthness for a music video. I mean, it's carried over multiple albums and music releases and music videos, that this sort of lore has been built up that comes from his brain, like literally. And it's just so cool to see something like on this scale being done from such like a much more kind of, I don't know, indie standpoint, you know what I mean? Because they're not like DPRE is pretty popular, you know what I mean? But they don't have, like, they're not from like a big major label with all this money to spend, you know what I mean? So seeing what they're able to create themselves is always just so sick. Number 3 is IU's Shopper.
Let's go.
Well, another DPRE production has made it in the house. This one is not for him though, it was for IU. I really do love seeing his work for other artists, kind of explore that more creative side of him with other artists. It's always nice to see. But instead of like a long exposition like I did for the last one, we'll just say it's sort of about going what you want after in life. You call it greedy, I call it shopping. Or that's at least what IU kind of was said. And it's sort of just used like a metaphor here. But it's funny because IU is a thief, but she still gets what she wants, and then she also does help other people get what they want in life, or kind of like what they need, you know, in that moment. Because I mean, I also kind of like think it's like a very much similar to like IU's music and stuff. Like she'll make like this music and then you listen to it and it's just like such comforting in a sort of pop way that it just, I don't know, Miss IU is just such a slay. But I mean, the visuals are all insane. The colors are so pretty here. And I love his sort of, it's not like a sneaky way of putting VFX, but there's a lot of just like little details, like looking at the end of a telescope and adding visual effects in the end of it, or a color changing neon sign. And it's just kind of like really little details and stuff like that that you can notice that I think just really elevate the production, because normally you think of just like the big stuff being all the CGI and the visual effects work, but sometimes it's what really can elevate it is like the little stuff as well. Number 2 is Artemis Virtual Angel, and yes, flash and epilepsy warning until I stop talking about the video, just because we already know very experimental editing, so flash warning. I'm gonna try and use the human eye version for this one, but I love the OG, that sort of experimental editing style. For me, it worked on me. It was so sick. But I mean, both are kind of great together to see them as like companion pieces, to get the original one and then sort of get the other one that sort of explains it slightly better. You know what I mean? I like that. I mean, the aesthetic here is so sick. It's religious, the religious, bright, colorful, kind of like hard to look at imagery is such like a cool style for me. Like, it's slightly gothic in a way, but so bright and colorful. Because I mean, gothic kind of does come from like very like Catholic aesthetics, you know? In the video, we have a group of fans that are summoning Artemis like a cult, and you know what? It's kind of dope. Like, and they are successful, but sort of at just like what cost of it. And it's definitely kind of like an idol fan relationship, but kind of like the darker, toxic side of it. But it's also kind of so pretty at the same time. I kind of want to join it. Like, they aren't necessarily showing it as like such like a bad thing. You know what I mean? To fall in love with Artemis. And I wouldn't say they like necessarily pull you in, but they don't tell me it's wrong. You know what I mean? Because I mean, they're supposed to be angels, right? But like, it's so hypnotizing, especially with that fast cut editing, that it just sort of pulls you in a way. You know what I mean? And their beauty and just like everything like that. Like, I just want to dive into it as well. Like, I get why they did what they did, is all I'm saying. Also, this was another DG Bed production, and they really killed it. Fantastic productions. Alright, here we are, number 1. What was the best K-pop music video of 2024? For me, it was IU's Love Wins All. I say anything. I mean, it's probably the most emotional music video on this list. But it was just, when this dropped, the internet went crazy. But we have IU and V running away from the cube of death. They are able to escape, and then when they're able to escape from the square guy, words, and then they sort of like escape again through like this camcorder that they find, but also kind of hides all their flaws. I just can't think of a better term of looking for like, other than like escape. They sort of are escaping from this dystopian world in many different ways, but they were only able to go on the run so long before the inevitable comes for them. It's such a tragic, beautiful, heartbreaking story from our goddess IU, and I think it was so clever, so smart to use V in this. To see him act, it was such like a treat, because he's an actor too as well, and it was such like a joy to see him act in this way. I don't know, it made me follow with him more. So we say thank you, IU, for giving us that. And I mean, even not only V's acting, and we know IU to be like one of the best actresses ever. She really kills anything she's in. So like getting really two great actors together was just really good experience. I loved it, and their acting felt so natural. Like, I fully felt their relationship, you know what I mean? And I was really rooting for them to get away, but tragic struck, and my heart was shattered into a million pieces, but their love will forever live on through the memories of my brain. I think it really just says the power of storytelling, and to give you like such a story that'll stick with you throughout time, and this one definitely stuck with me all year long. And just think about like how short of a time the video was for you to care and feel so much. It was only 5.5 minutes, but it worked, you know what I mean? And just power to just show so much in that amount of time and just convey so much emotion. It was a really beautiful job, well done. Alright, that does it. Those are my top 20 K-pop music videos of 2024. I am so curious to know, what were your favorite productions? Were they on this list or were they not? I mean, there was a lot of really good stuff. I mean, every year that goes by, everything just gets better and better and better. So yeah, and I mean, my number 1 isn't the most visually striking, but I mean, that story hit with me, you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. So it's all about the story. Well, sometimes stuff just looks cool also at the same time, and I'm just like, yeah, it does look cool, but when you can really just, I don't know, there's always just like a sweet spot, a good balance between both of them that just really make that the thing work, the music work, the video work. Just, you know, it's a secret Krabby Patty recipe, I guess you can say. But I'm so curious to know yours, so put in the comments down below what were your favorite K-pop music videos from this year. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. Want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, in the description down below or at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika. Currently playing Horizon Forbidden West, so if you could join me over there for that. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
세상에